everybody, welcome to Youth Connect. I'm Aiden.
Hi, I'm Joshua.
Hi, I'm Jeffrey.
And welcome to our Youth Connect. I hope you guys are excited for another amazing episode of Youth Connect. Now, the awesome part about it, guys, is that we actually have Jeffrey with me at the current moment to test out his awesome music skills on a better microphone to see how it sounds and how it looks. So do be ready for that. Just so you guys know, we will be having Kevin and we will be having Nebraska's videos ready for your news, for your all around news and your entertainment podcast news. And we also have Joshua with us live as well. So do be ready for it. It's another interesting episode of Youth Connect. I hope you guys are excited for it. Obviously, have to do our usual thing. For those who don't know, Youth Connect is a news entertainment show that was created during the pandemic for the community, by the community. We are all youth broadcasters that want to get into music making, become music composers, get into broadcasting work, and so much more. I know it's a show that you guys are going to love. But obviously, to start it all off, I start off with myself and my gaming news. First, gaming news. You always have to do the Spotlight Game of the Week. Now, what the heck is Spotlight Game of the Week? Well, basically, it's a game that I want you to check out. And I've actually talked about this game before it even released. But guess what? The release date was just a week ago. So today's game of the week is Multiverses. Now, if you guys know, Multiverses is the all-new free-to-play platform fighter video game with an ever-expanding cast of iconic characters and legendary universes. Various online modes, including a team-based 2v2 format and an ongoing content-filled series. The cool factor? Multiverses will feature a variety of fighters and personalities to team up with or compete against, along with an all-star cast of talent lending their voices to the game. I just have a short list here, guys. There's so many characters, but I just have 3 from each series. From the DC universe, you got Batman, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn. You got the scaredy cat Shaggy Rogers and the smart detective Velma Dinkley. You got from Toonland, Bugs Bunny and the Tasmanian Devil, also known as Taz. And don't forget the TV shows. We got Arya Stark, Jake the Dog, Steven Universe, and so many others. And recently, there has been the almighty baller LeBron James, who was also added to Multiverses. Why is he in the game? Because he's that epic that he made it into Multiverses. That's how cool he is. It's awesome, guys, and every fighter boasts unique abilities that pair dynamically with other characters. There's even cool stages to battle on, including Batman's Batcave and Jake and Finn's Tree Fort, and even more. Also, huge announcement, because you know me, guys, I love a game that allows for everyone to play. Did you know that the game is cross-platform? Now you can defend the multiverse with your friends anywhere, anytime, on all available platforms. That includes full cross-platform play and progression. So if you want to move from your Xbox to your PlayStation to your PC and have the same progression, you can do that absolutely. Now, the game keeps adding more and more stuff every single season. And the interesting factor is that there's been a leak that the great scientist Rick Sanchez is apparently going to be added to Multiverses. Who knows? He might be. And if he is, that would be absolutely fantastic, because you know what? It's nice to have a multiple, diverse cast of characters. Anyways, though, next up is Kevin with his all-important news.
Hello everyone, you are tuned in the Youth Connect with me, Kevin Aruja. But first, let's go to the headlines. Rogers to spend $150 billion on customer credits after July 8 outage. Tory faces integrity complaint for alleged conflict of interest in active TO votes. Service Ontario employees among 28 people charged after police bust major auto theft organizations. And Toronto Raptors add Spanish forward Juancho Hernan Gomez to roster. Rogers Communications acknowledged it has to work to do in building customer trust after its massive network outage earlier this month and had expected to spend $150 million on customer credits related to the outage. The figure came out as a Toronto-based cable, wireless, and media company reported its second quarter financial results, including a jump in profit. The CEO, Tony Staff Staffieri, said the company's performance reflects the incredible hard work by our wireless, cables, and media teams as we continue to recover from the impact of the pandemic. The statement accompanying the earnings disclosure. In the coming quarters, we will continue to focus on delivering additional improvements as we build on these results while also working hard to regain the trust of our customers following our recent network outage. An integrity complaint has been filed against Toronto Mayor John Tory for not declaring an alleged conflict of interest while committing to voting to end the active TO program given his ties to Rogers Communications. Toronto resident and civic activist Adam Schaller provided documents to CP24, stating that he has filed a complaint with Toronto's Integrity Commissioner about Tory's public comments and vote to end the program on Lakeshore Boulevard West. Caleb alleges that Tory contravened sections of the Municipal Conflict of Interest Act by discussing and voting against extending the outdoor program after Blue Jays, who are owned by Rogers, publicly said Active TO was impacting their business. Tory is a shareholder of Rogers Communication and has been a long personal history with both the Rogers family and telecom giant, where he ran two different subsidiaries in the 90s. More than 200 stolen cars have been recovered and 28 people have been charged, including an unspecified number of Service Ontario employees, in connection with the dismantling of three other theft-based criminal organizations that operated out of Ontario and Saskatchewan, police say. According to the Ontario Provincial Police, a 22-month investigation project that began on September 2020 after police uncovered an other theft network they alleged was modifying stolen vehicle identification numbers in order to solve it. Police said that the theft occurred mainly in Ontario. Police alleged Service Ontario employees assisted with legitimate restoration of stolen vehicles. In other sports news, the Toronto Raptors have signed forward Juancho Hernan-Gomez. Terms were not disclosed, but ESPN reported the deal is for 1 year. The 6'9", 214-pound Madrid native averaged 3.3 points, 2.5 rebounds, and 11.1 minutes in 40 appearances last season with Boston, San Antonio, and Utah. Hernan Gomez was picked 50 overall by Denver in the 2016 NBA draft. He holds career average of 5.4 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 15.7 minutes in 297 games with Denver, Minnesota, Boston, San Antonio, and Utah. In the weather news, this weekend is mainly sunny with highs of 27 degrees and lows of 16, and nights will be definitely cooler. And now for the interesting fact of the week, I take you to God-owned country, Kerala, and introduce you to the art of Kathakali. Kathakali is a major form of classical Indian dance. The literal meaning Kathakali means story plan, part dance and part mime. Kathakali originated in the state of Kerala between the 16th and 17th centuries, around the same time as Shakespeare. It's a spectacular combination of drama, dance, music, and ritual. Characters with bodily painted face and elaborate costumes reenact the stories from Hindu epics, Mahabharata, and Ramayana. This green face color is heroic, kingly, and very divine type of characters. The yellowish is for heroines, servants, etc. Black characters could be ladies, demon, or the witches in Indian epic. These colors are made from rice paste, and vegetable colors that are applied on the face. The actors rely very heavily on the hand gesture to convey the story. These hand gestures, known as mudra, are common throughout much of a classical Indian dance. It combines devotion, drama, dance, music, costumes, and makeup into the divine experience for all who get to view it. It retells the great stories of the past, mostly from Indian epics, and leaves one spellbound in the various intricacies involved in the performance. I saw this live performance for the first time and really found the art very interesting. Kathakali will come to the end of my segment. Now over to Aiden.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for all the news that you share. It's always interesting to hear. And my favorite part, to be honest, is always the weather. I always love listening to it. And your interesting fact is always awesome to hear. On to our second gaming news, or should I say early board gaming news. Now, I'm just going to say in advance, Nibras, I don't know if you planned something to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it because obviously it's about gaming news. Well, technically board gaming as well. There has been a trailer recently for D&D's Second Chance on the Big Screen, which dropped on July 21st this year. It revealed the actors, a taste of the plot, and the title Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. And it arrives after a motor-bound journey that started with a legal dispute back in 2013. Because if you guys know, the first D&D movie didn't really do out the best. And throughout the years, this second movie was bouncing all around the place, trying to find a spot where it was going to land properly. But through its trip through Hollywood, the place properly landed a script was Jonathan Goldstein and John Francis Daly behind the pen. The duo guys have previously worked on Spider-Man Homecoming, which was an outstanding movie, as well as many other films, and they are directing this upcoming adaptation of the world's most popular and most famous role-playing game. It was Jeremy Latcham, who produced many defining modern Marvel films. So we might get a lot of fighting scenes in here, guys. For those that don't know, D&D stands for Dungeons and Dragons, and D&D emerged in the mid-70s and has faded in and out like a ghost out of popular consciousness over the decades. In the last 5 or so years, particularly after the 5th edition of the game was published in 2014, was a set of rules that managed to be learnable for beginners, but still dynamic enough to suit the tryhards. The game and role-playing games in general have exploded in popularity with podcasts that capture in-game sessions of D&D and last for hours, ranking in millions and millions of views and passionate fans. Now, my dad is a huge person in D&D, and for myself slightly, I like D&D as well. And seeing how there's going to be a second movie, I really do hope that this movie turns out well. If we're actually in the hands of really two great movie directors, so I bet you it will probably turn out pretty well. So if you guys haven't seen the trailer, make sure to check it out because it looks actually really good. And make sure to comment down below what your thoughts on it are. Anyways, though, next up is Joshua, and Joshua has with us some good story news and, of course, your very favorite animal news.
Good afternoon. Welcome to You Connect Now for a good news story. Britain's Kindest Plumber, hailed as a modern-day hero for charity work that has helped over 52,000 families. A plumber in England is being hailed as a modern-day hero after he founded a social enterprise which has helped more than 2 million of the UK's most vulnerable people. James Anderson, 54, runs Defer, the community interest company which provides heavily subsidized services for those who are struggling with the rising cost of living. Defer stands for Disabled and Elderly Plumbing and Heating Emergency Repairs, from paying people's bills they cannot afford to offering emergency plumbing and heating services, delivering food parcels, and covering funeral payments. There's not a lot Defer can't do. Over the last 6 years, Anderson and his team, based in Burnley, England, have helped more than 52,000 families, that is around 2 million across the country. A father of six and grandfather of 4, Anderson has been called Britain's kindest plumber, and an example of that went viral in social media. Anderson got the idea to launch his social enterprise when he went on a job one day to a gentleman's house. The man asked James to take a look at his boiler after receiving a quote equivalent to 8,500 Canadian dollars from another company. This company had tried to scam this guy for money he didn't have and for work that he certainly did not need. Anderson recounts, I just remember thinking something needs to be done about this, admitted James. This happened to so many people, and I thought if I could help just one at a time, I would be doing some good. Since then, Never has grown to 13 employees who work all over the country. Now for another good news story. She lost her hair while battling a brain tumor. Then her son grew his hair out to make her a wig. When an Arizona mom lost her hair during a third brain cancer battle, her shaggy maned son stepped up, shears in hand, to offer a solution. Growing golden luscious locks of hair past shoulder length, he chopped it off. He chopped it all off to provide a stylish hairpiece for his mom. Melanie Shah doesn't mind being sick, but she does mind looking sick. For 15 years, you have never known that Melanie had benign cancer tumor on her pituitary gland. 2 successful surgeries in 2003 and 2006 couldn't get rid of the tumor permanently, and in 2017 she was prescribed radiation therapy. 3 months after starting the new treatment, she lost all her hair. Not having hair, you stick out like a sore thumb, and well-meaning people can say things that break your heart, Melanie said. However, what started as a joke by Melanie's 27-year-old son, Matt, around the dinner table in 2018 soon became a plan. Matt had recently graduated from a university with a dress code that limited his hair length and was looking forward for a bit of time all natural. He agreed he would grow his hair out to make a wig for his mom, who admittedly attempted to dissuade him as the inches accumulated. Then on March 21st, he chopped off 1 foot of his hair that the family sent off to Compassionate Creations, a Newport Beach in California hairpiece company that made a new head of hair for Melanie. Now turning to animal interest news. Sam the lamb is nursed through incredible recovery after falling off a highway truck. A newborn lamb has been documented making an incredible recovery after falling off a speeding truck in Australia. The youngster, named Constable Sam, fell through a gap in a vehicle traveling along a busy highway in Victoria, Australia on March 14. The lamb, who was born that very day of his accident and broke both of his front legs in 2 places. He suffered a fractured skull and a critical injury to one eye as a result of his fall. Highway officials rushed him to the farm sanctuary called Edingarth Mission after finding him injured on the side of the road. Volunteers at the nonprofit performed surgery on his skull and legs and cleaned his wounds in the hope of keeping the lamb alive. Afterwards, it was a matter of feeding the little survivor and getting him to trust his hooves again. The house cats were even there for support. 3 months following his harrowing fall, Constable Sam has made an incredible recovery and was recently adopted out to a forever home with 2 of his friends. His fractured skull is fractured. No more, and his once critically injured left eye appears to have not lost its sight, said Eggers Mission in a statement. His wobbly legs are now strong and infused with a sense of victory, and his wagging tail is unable to conceal his joy for the new found and splint-free mobility that is now his. This is Joshua Shaw reporting Free Connect. That's it for me. Now I'll send it back to you, Aiden.
My goodness, Joshua, that James Anderson, the world's kindest plumber, my goodness, he did so much for the community and honestly deserves to be recognized as the world's kindest plumber, because this man paid for an elderly woman's electrical bill and even paid for her groceries. So this man is quite something. Need more people like that in the world, Joshua. Anyways, for our third gaming news, we have to do board game of the week. What's board game of the week? It's similar to video game of the week, but it's a board game. And today's board game of the week is called Euthea, Torment of Resurrection. In this game, it is an open world sandbox RPG strategy game. Open world sandbox. I wonder how that works. That can be played competitively, cooperatively, or even solo. Choose one of 6 heroes with different playstyles and unique ability trees and embark on a wide range of epic fantasy adventures through infinitely replayable scenarios. Wander through an expanding open world generated by modular map tiles that will be different every time you play. You can set it however you wish, so you will have infinite amount of games to play. Discover areas where you can fight monsters, gather resources, trade with merchants, pursue side quests, and confront elemental powers. Your actions grant you reputation and wealth, so you can develop your hero by unlocking new abilities and customizing your equipment. My goodness. An open world RPG board game. How interesting is that, guys? Putting a video game, like literally all aspects of a video game, into a board game. It really, honestly, every single time I talk about video board games, I am absolutely blown away because the amount of effort that's put into this to make it be interesting while also being a board game takes a lot of work because it's not a video game, guys. And sometimes video games are more fun to play and board games are less fun to play. So them making it fun to play a board game absolutely blows my mind. So make sure to check out Euthea, Torment of Resurrection. Anyways, though, next up is Nibras, and Nibras has with us some entertainment and podcast news.
Hello everybody, how are you guys today? My name is Nibras Khan and I'm news for entertainment news. Let's get straight on our top 3, and top 3 is about superhero and movie fans alike were treated to a slew of good news on Saturday as Marvel Studios and DC Comics both announced new titles at San Diego's Comic Con. SDCC. Everything from a long-awaited Dwayne Johnson film Black Adam to Black Panther sequel released new trailers, sneak peeks, and premiere dates at the star-studded event, while others, including Aquaman and the elephant in the room, that is Flash, were ignored. Johnson went a few steps beyond merely teasing Black Adam, which has been in development with DC for more than a decade. Ever the showman, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson brought a new trailer for the superhero film and lit up the biggest room in the annual fan convention with a flashy smoke and lights display, all while in costume. Set for an October 21st theatrical release, Black Adam reunites Johnson with his Jungle Cruise character Kwame Kaletsera, also stars Aldous Hodge as Hawkman, Nolan Centino as Adam Smasher, Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone, all of whom joined Johnson and Calexera for the panel. Black Adam was just one part of DC Warner Bros. Return to Comic Con, where audiences also got a glimpse at a new trailer for Shazam! Fear of the Gods. Stars Zachary Levi and Lucy Liu were on hand to promote the sequel, which is due in theaters on December 21st, and continues the story of a teenager turned superhero who is feeling a little bit of like fraud. The film sees the return of Asher Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, and Adam Brody, and adds Helen Mirren and Rachel Zegler of West Side Story to the mix. Zegler's role was only confirmed through the trailer, with the actor later revealing she will play younger sister to Lou and Mirren characters. Also missing from DC Comics was Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Batgirl, and any updates on new installments of Wonder Woman or the Batman. A sequel to the Batman was confirmed earlier this year at CinemaCon, while Rachel Zegler has previously hinted that Gal Gadot will make a cameo appearance in Shazam 2 as Wonder Woman. Meanwhile, let's talk about Marvel. So, Marvel Studios unveiled the first trailer of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Set to a version of No Woman, No Cry, mixed with Kendrick Lamar's Alright. To fans on Saturday, the sequel is currently set to release on November 11th. The Guardians of the Galaxy will also come to an end in the midst of Phase 5 in May. Director James Gunn showed up in San Diego to confirm that Volume 3 would be the last for the space roads. Phase 6 will launch with the Fantastic Four movie on November 8, 2024, and will finish with Avengers The Kang Dynasty set for May 2nd, 2025, followed by Avengers Secret Wars on November 7th, 2025. Oh my god, so many news in one story, and that's what I love. Every news of Comic Con in one story. I don't have to do different story. I love that. The first thing let's talk about is Wakanda Forever. I just saw the trailer yesterday and I saw it today. Guys, it's amazing. Like I just said, the songs on Kendrick Lamar's Alright and of No Woman, No Cry. The mix of that was just amazing. It was a serious trailer. And the clothes, the songs, the action in the trailer was just enough to convince me to go to the theater on on November 11th. And of course, I will go to the theaters as everyone will go to the theaters to see that movie. Of course, RIP to Chadwick Boseman. Is just a phenomenal actor. The whole trailer was amazing. I hope you liked this first story. If you did, comment down below. So now to my second story. So my second story. Now before I go to my second story, I have to get the fact of the day. And today's fact of the day is drum roll, please. Did you guys know I have the big mystery of my iPad? So the mystery is in 2011, my parents, well, my brothers, we had three brothers, bought us an iPad, and that was a huge deal because iPad at the time was just so expensive, and also if they were big at the time, and so it was a huge deal. We loved it. 1 year goes by, and it was a late night, so I was playing at them. I was on the couch. The charger was there, so my mom said, "Come to bed now. You have to sleep. It's very late." I plugged in the charger. I plugged in the iPad. It was charging. The next day, we're playing. All of us, all my brothers are playing, and we're on the bed. We're playing, and then we see there's a big crack in the middle of the on the middle of the iPad, and we think, oh, it's the screen. We had a screen protector. We did a screen protector. But when you peel that screen protector, I still not remember that moment. My heartbeat was it was so beating high because it was in the screen protector. It was a real crack that happened straight in to the middle of the screen. It was a big crack. And my parents were upset. Of course, we were shocked. So we always talk. We always say who did it because I was the last person. My brother said, "Oh, you did it," but I did not do anything. I just plugged it in, and I just went my way. We don't know who or how the iPad broke down the middle. We tried to fix it, but it didn't fix because at the time there was no fix to a screen crack, I believe, and yeah, we still have that iPad. It's shut down because it's really old, so we still have that, and that's the secret, right? I hope you like this fact. It was a different fact. I know that, but if you like that fact, down below. Okay, so my second story. So my second story is about a podcast. So the podcast name is Ticket to Anywhere. This podcast is hosted by Leah and Trizzy, two female travelers with full-time jobs who love to get out and see the world as often as they can. The podcast is busting with tips, advice, and antidotes to help you make the most of your live your life to the fullest. Use all the application data and get the most out of your weekends. So I love this podcast. It's a really different podcast, and that's what I like to listen different and like to give you different types of podcasts. Right? It's about travel, where to go, and how to go to new places, how to search new places, which places are best, how to save money properly, how to book ahead of time, how to do that, which time of year is best to go to travel, and everything. They explain everything. It's just a guide for travel, right? Yeah, I believe. Yeah, that's it. If you're traveling somewhere, even if you're not traveling, if you just like to sit on your couch and just feel like to travel, listen to this podcast. I really hope you listen to this podcast. I really recommend this podcast. And that's all. And that's all for me. As always, it's Nibras Khan for me. Connect. I'll see you all next week. Thank you. Take care. Back to you. Bye, guys. Thank you.
You know what, Nebraska? Without you, I would never get my fair share of Marvel news. Thank you so much for all the news that you share. And you know what, guys? We're going to have to move on to, in my honest opinion, the cherry on top of our Youth Connect. We have to do Jeffrey with his live music.
Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing great. This is Jeffrey, your live musician, and I hope you're ready to hear some music. I'm going to be performing an original song that was created by Aiden and myself, and it's called Cookie, I Love You. Just gotta say when you look at me in that special way, I wanna touch you, smell you, feel it in my mouth. Love you, Cookie, I truly do. No other will have my heart as you do. Let me dunk you 1, 2, feel my anticipation for a penny more than 5, 6. I love your mix 7, 8. I love this wheel, it's definitely fair. Cookie, I love you. Cookie, you're so true. Cookie, you multiply my feelings for you. Your crippled vibes just get my blood thumping. Your soft center gets my lips bumping. My tongue remembers your sweet taste. My brain screams, this is a fate. I've got to feel your face. Let me dunk you 1, 2, feel my anticipation for a planet for 5, 6. I love the mix 7, 8. I love this wheel, it's definitely fair. Clock stop, there's no rush. Cookie, I truly love you till you are a mush. Cookie, I love you. Sunset gets my hips a bumping, yeah. embers grow sweet taste. My brain screams, this is fate. I got to feel your face. Let me touch you once, feel my anticipation before. Plan more, 5, 6. I love the mix, 7. The love is real. It's happening fast. Clock stop. There's no rush. Cookie, I truly love you till you're all on my shoe. Cookie, I love you. Thank you so much. This is Jeffrey, your live musician. See you all next week. It's back to you, Aiden. Bye, everyone.
Wasn't that absolutely amazing, guys? Everyone, you know what? I gotta say, Cookie just makes me go do 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 do. Absolutely great song from Jeffrey, as per usual. It's always nice to hear him in his live music. But you know what, guys? This is the end of our Youth Connect. If you like Youth Connect, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that notification bell. Other than that, guys, we will see you all next week. Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.